Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. Big news for a local courthouse as state funding comes through. What leaders are planning next? And an update on the attack against 2 National Guards members in Washington, D.C. Plus, a local church and business team up to make a difference in the community. See how they're bringing hope and help in unique ways.
And this weekend we have a cold front, another one. That's right. That's going to bring us another line of strong to severe thunderstorms. But after the front passes, we're looking a little bit chilly to start December. All that weather coming up.
Well, good morning, Crossroads. We're going to be looking at one more team before the big games get down underway later on today in the Goliad Tigers. See how they prepared for their game and a little Thanksgiving tradition coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and welcome to your Friday morning.
Friday morning. It's almost weekend time, and it's also almost December.
Yeah, for some people, the weekend started Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. Some people the weekend started last weekend because a lot of the kiddos are still out of school right now and won't be back until next week. And in fact, when they come back to school next week, it's going to be a big old change in our weather, and we'll look at all of that later. Because this morning, if you're tuning in with us on your Friday, we got a beautiful sunrise starting to come up over the horizon. Can't really see it too much because we have a lot of clouds over us, and that's going to be with us for a majority of the day. We'll also look at that later because this morning, starting out the day in Victoria, 56 degrees, and that's out in county. Temperatures in the city are running about 1 to 2 degrees warmer. You see it right here, 57 degrees being reported right outside the station on Navarro. But the dew point, 18 degrees off from the temperature, bringing us a lovely 51% humidity. So y'all get out there and love on that. Otherwise, temperatures, if you're headed out the door this morning, I might maybe recommend a jacket. It is a little cool. All of us starting out the day mid and upper 50s, unless you're on the coast next to the warm Gulf. You're in the low and mid 60s. And the rest of Texas pretty much following suit. Got lots of 50s, got some 40s in the panhandle. And if you thought that's chilly, other parts of the country much, much colder, which I'm sure you're tuning in from. So if you're headed out the door for your Friday, we thankfully will not be that cold. We're actually going to be looking very nice again. We'll have all those details next.
Goliad County is getting help from the state for its courthouse. This week, the Goliad County Commissioners accepted a $500,000 grant from the Texas Historical Commission for courthouse repairs. Commissioners also approved creating a new budget line item titled Courthouse Restoration Project. Refugio County Commissioners approved hiring a law firm to redraw the county's voting precincts. This comes after the legislators' new congressional redistricting plan placed the county in 2 different U.S. House districts. Commissioners were told the new maps will split Refugio County between U.S. Representative Monica De La Cruz and U.S. Representative Michael Cloud. Officials are working with both De La Cruz and Cloud on potential office space or meeting locations in the county. On Thursday, 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom, a member of the National Guard, died after being shot in an ambush Wednesday in Washington, D.C. Her body was transferred from MedStar Hospital to the medical examiner in a dignified transfer, which honors the remains of fallen service members. Another National Guard member, Andrew Wolf, remains in critical condition. Both Beckstrom and Wolf were sworn in just 24 hours before the shooting. So far, the motive for the attack remains unknown and is under investigation. Riverside Church handed out plates to those who were hungry this Thanksgiving. 25 News Now reporter Ray Mosley spoke with the owner of a cafe who helped bring families together for a warm meal.
From children playing in the bounce house to serving plates to the needy, Riverside Church loves to serve the community in any way possible. Waterwell Cafe owner Jennifer King partnered with Riverside Church to deliver meals and serve meals in person as well. King says serving at Riverside is an amazing feeling, being that she attends Riverside Church regularly.
It's important to us because we want people to be fed, we want people to be loved on, we want people to be encouraged, but we want people to have some kind of sensibility of a place to come to call home. It's important to us. Family is important to us here at Riverside Church.
King says the plates are made with love and wants people to fellowship with one another.
To be able to see families here with their kids being safe, they're being kids, and families get to sit together, they get to commune together, they get to just be a family at one table. They don't even know each other. Some of them are neighbors, some of them are strangers, but we've given them a place to just feel like they're safe and that they can have table talk and they can have love all at the same time.
King calls serving meals and giving back to the community a blessing and wants to be able to give back to the community as much as she can. Ray Mosley, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
It's a Victoria Thanksgiving tradition, the Salvation Army of Victoria Thanksgiving Feast. Over 400 people were fed pork chops smoked by Mumford's Barbecue, along with roasted potatoes, green beans, cakes, and pies. For people who could not make it there, the Salvation Army once again teamed up with Meals on Wheels South Texas. The assembly line included our very own Shauna Curry and her daughter Caitlin, and they had about 11 drivers taking meals to over 200 clients throughout the crossroads. If you're looking for an activity to do with family this weekend, Port Lavaca has a unique site. A collection of over 1,000 nativities is on display starting today. Creator Veronica Coliba spent the past 5 years scouring garage sales and thrift stores across the state to build this massive collection. It's located inside the Red Barn at 3187 Highway 35 in Port Lavaca. It's free to check out, but donations are welcome, either monetary or a nativity scene that you would like to add to the collection. For more local news, weather, and sports, come to crossroadstoday.com. It's now 6:36 on our Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now. Sunrise. The holiday spirit is arriving early this year with a special campaign kicking off ahead of schedule.
A tragic update on Wednesday's shooting here in the nation's capital. According to officials, one of the Guard members who was allegedly targeted in an ambush-style attack has died. I'm Christiane Cordero in Washington with the latest coming up.
And also coming up next after the break in the short-term forecast, you heard me say we got a cold front that's going to be bringing us some possibly severe weather. So coming up next, we'll take a look and see when that gets here and see just how strong it's going to be.
Here's a look at what you can expect on Community Crossroads. We learn about a sip-in shop. We hear from the Victoria Civic Chorus. We learn about Christmas in Goliad, and we hear from Addison Malik.
Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Friday. Y'all get excited because the weekend is finally here and December is right around the corner. We can finally start the countdown to Christmas. But before we get to December, we got a cold front coming this weekend, y'all. You heard me talking about it, and it's going to bring us a line of thunderstorms for the eastern parts of the state, eastern half of the state. But this severe risk, which the National Weather Service has already issued for us Saturday night with that line of storms coming through, it expands into the Crossroads. We're talking all the way into parts of Refugio, Goliad, and also Karnes County as well. We're just under a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather, but it is still a risk nonetheless. So we're going to take a look at why that is and those risks here in just a second, because timing all of it out on your Friday, we're not going to see any rain out there. Chances are 10%, 1-0. So if you see rain, I think you'd be pretty lucky, because for everyone else, you might see, like I said, maybe one sprinkle out there somewhere, but everybody else, you're going to be looking at clouds today. We're going to be looking mostly cloudy for a good majority of the day, but there might be a couple intervals of partly cloudiness, so I'll let you decide if you want to bring your sunglasses or not. Otherwise, the clouds will continue and actually increase going into overnight tonight. We'll be looking pretty overcast, I'm thinking, but we'll also increase that rain chance tonight. After midnight, that chance will be up to 30%, 30. For a few isolated showers forming around the area, and that 30% will continue for the rest of the morning and Saturday afternoon. We'll have more isolated showers around the area for the morning and afternoon before that chance skyrockets to 80%. 80% for scattered thunderstorm forming off of this cold front. You can see right here. Here's 11 p.m. Saturday night, midnight Sunday morning, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. on Sunday. And as that line of storms come through, the severest risk that we're expecting is some damaging winds for sure, maybe some small hail and very, very low tornado risk. So y'all stay weather aware this weekend before that cold front makes it chilly to start December. And that's coming up next.
The final team from the Crossroads left to preview ahead of their big game later on today is the Goliad Tigers. The round 3 matchup will be against Llano, taking place at Bastrop Memorial Stadium at 7 p.m. And the Tigers are locked in and ready to go this Thanksgiving weekend. They are also embracing the holiday spirit with the community through a recent tradition where they invite family members and Goliad alumni to attend their final practice before their big game. For the full story, make sure you tune into our website. But here's a sneak peek.
Yes, sir. You know, it's an honor to be playing during Thanksgiving. You know, everybody's aiming to play during this week and then getting the opportunity to, you know, hopefully play during December football, right? And, you know, get one step closer to chasing your goals. So, you know, we just try to incorporate the community and our parents and our grandparents and fans and our ex-players and stuff as much as we possibly can. And, you know, it's Thanksgiving. We know there's probably a lot of people here in town, you know, that are visiting family and coming down to spend time. So, you know, if you're around and we practice in the morning, we'd love to have you, you know, come out like these fans did this morning.
Best of good luck to Goliad later on today as they take on Llano at Bastrop Memorial at 7 p.m. But make sure you see this full story in its entirety on our Crossroads Today website. But that does it for your 25 News Now Sports. Until next time, I'm Ray Robinson.
Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. An update this morning on the ambush shooting in the nation's capital as a Guard member dies. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest as the suspect is in custody and a second guard remains in critical condition.
Today, a West Virginia family and the military community mourn the loss of 20-year-old U.S. Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. Her father, Gary, writing on social media, quote, "My baby girl has passed to glory," calling it a horrible tragedy. Beckstrom and fellow guardsman 24-year-old Andrew Wolf were patrolling outside a busy metro station near the White House on Wednesday when investigators say a gunman ambushed them. Wolf remains in critical condition. White House officials say President Trump spoke with Beckstrom's parents last night. On a call with military members, the president expressed his anguish before blaming the Biden administration for the suspect's immigration status.
The suspect is an Afghan national flown here by the previous administration, who was such a bad administration.
Officials identified the suspect as a 29-year-old Afghan national who arrived in the U.S. through a military-allied resettlement program in 2021 during the Biden administration. He applied for asylum in 2024 and was granted it in April of this year under the Trump administration, according to law enforcement sources. A senior U.S. official tells ABC News the suspect was vetted and that, quote, "nothing came up." Officials say the suspect was also shot and is still in the hospital in custody. In West Virginia, a vigil brings mourners together as its governor vows for accountability.
We need to have a comprehensive investigation, and ultimately, that investigation needs to lead to justice.
In a social media post this morning, Trump vows to ban entry for all immigrants from select countries, only specifying with quote-unquote third world countries. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
The Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign usually starts the day after Thanksgiving. This year, it started on November 18th. You can find the bell ringers in front of Sam's Club, both Walmarts and Hobby Lobby. The ringers will soon be at the Chick-fil-A drive-thrus. The Salvation Army of Victoria's goal is to raise $75,000 in the Red Kettle campaign. Last year, the community contributed $43,000 to the campaign. Bell ringers and kettles will be out each day through Christmas Eve. If you see news happening, let us know. Call the number on your screen to contact our newsroom or email us your tips at staff@crossroadstoday.com. It's now 6:45 on our Friday morning. Still to come on Sunrise, goats, yoga, and lots of laughter. But what's bringing all three together in the same place? All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to comedian and Daily Show host Jon Stewart. He's turning 63 today.
Ooh, happy birthday, John. And also happy birthday to Judd Nelson. The Brat Pack actor is turning 66. Happy birthday, Judd. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com. Just click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
I also want to wish Bobby, Caleb, and Sherry a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, y'all.
And I want to wish you a happy birthday if you're celebrating one today or maybe this weekend.
This weekend as well. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. For your Friday, before that cold front and rain gets here this weekend, I want to let y'all know we're looking for another very nice day out there, so y'all get out there and enjoy it. Actually, weather will be pretty similar to Thursday, Thanksgiving. only a little bit more cloud cover for today. You're going to notice that for sure. Today we're looking for a high of 73 in Victoria. Like I said, a near perfect day if you ask me. That's just 2 degrees above where we're supposed to be for high temperatures on November 28th. Low temperature tonight, I'm thinking 63 in Victoria. That, however, is 15 degrees above where we're supposed to be. No longer cool. That's thanks to the winds that are back out of the Gulf, southeast. A bit breezy at times as well, so just stay safe and careful with that. Otherwise, everyone else today going to be looking about the same. Highs in the low 70s, maybe upper 60s, getting closer to Houston and San Antonio and further north Texas. But for the rest of us, I want to let y'all know if that's too warm for y'all, you just wait, because next week, for the first week of December, December 1st is on Monday. It's going to look like December. It's going to feel like December. We're looking at highs dropping down to plummeting to the 50s and low temperatures also plummeting down to the 40s and the 30s. 30s mainly for Tuesday morning. We'll probably look for wind chills near or below freezing. So make sure your jackets and sweaters are washed and ready to go. And if you haven't done your holiday shopping, maybe consider that as an option to pick something out. Otherwise, the rest of Texas also looking a little bit wet with that line of storms coming through. So if you're going to be traveling back, just take that into consideration. Otherwise, before that gets here, all across Texas today looking very nice, even for the A&M and TU game today. Gig 'em Aggies. And we'll look at all that and more later on Sunrise.
Want a new way to unwind? Some Crossroads residents find it with 4 hooves and plenty of personality. You've heard of yoga, but what about goat yoga? 25 News Now weekend anchor Maya Norman went to a local farm offering a unique way to relax.
Goat yoga is becoming a popular way to unwind. And right here in the Crossroads, one farm is bringing that relaxation close to home.
And it's relaxing. You're out in nature, you're playing with the animals. You can just really relax and kind of let the stress of everyday life go.
At Edgar Farm, peace and laughter go hand in hand, or rather, hoof in hand.
It's great for the community because it's a very relaxing class. We don't stand on our head or anything. It's basic beginner yoga. The goats enjoy it just as much as the people because of the socialization.
Tammy Herchek and her husband own Edgar Farm, home to 20 playful goats. Every 6 weeks, Tammy turns her pasture into a yoga session that focuses on mindfulness and connection.
It is a new activity for this area. The closest that you would see it anywhere else is in the Katy, Houston, San Antonio area. And I began raising these goats and they were looking for work, so I put them to work.
Experts say spending time with animals can lower anxiety, depression, and boost mood. And participants say these furry yoga partners do just that.
It was really awesome. The goats were just all around you, eating up the lettuce and carrots, and I kind of thought they were going to get on our backs, but I'm kind of glad they didn't. But they just were so cute and so fun to be around. They just made me relax and really.
Goat yoga isn't just about exercise. It's about building community and promoting mental health, one stretch and one smile at a time.
It does me humble. It makes me feel so blessed that I can share my animals because not everyone has the opportunity to be out in the country and on a farm and not see concrete buildings and asphalt. And when I see these people just relaxing, giggling, laughing, smiling, it is just such a reward for me to get to see that and to know that my goats are bringing them that joy.
Tammy hosts goat yoga classes every 6 weeks at Edgar. She says whether you're an experienced yogi or just need a little joy in your day, the goats are always happy to help. Amaya Norman, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
The next goat yoga session will be in March. If you're interested, contact Herchek at 361-575-9737. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Tragedy strikes in a major city as rescue efforts continue with lives still at stake. The death toll in the Hong Kong apartment fire has risen to 128, with about 200 people still missing. And here's an update. Hong Kong's anti-corruption agency reports 8 people connected to the renovation of the apartment towers engulfed by the fire are now arrested. Search and rescue teams continue to look for people trapped inside of the complex. And authorities have launched a criminal investigation, though the origin of the fire is still unclear. Investigators are focusing on the bamboo scaffolding and green netting that surround the towers. Black Friday is upon us, and the holiday shopping season is now well underway. The National Retail Federation says the hot items on this year's shopping list include clothes, gift cards, electronics, and books, and new products like the Nintendo Switch 2. If you choose to shop online, the biggest discounts on Cyber Monday will be on apparel and computers. The Powerball jackpot is now estimated at $719 million. If someone wins, they'll be able to choose from a lump sum cash value worth more than $333 million, or the full amount over 30 years. The jackpot grew after no one matched all 6 numbers in Wednesday night's drawing. The next Powerball lottery drawing is Saturday. Home prices are still rising, just not enough to make anyone happy. National data shows values are increasing more slowly than earlier this year. Real estate analytics firm Cotality estimates prices are just up over 1% year over year, while Redfin puts the increase closer to 3%. The average monthly payment on a typical home takes about 30% of the median household income. Take a look at the bottom right of your screen. You'll see the vehicle shake. A 6.0 magnitude earthquake hit about 35 miles northwest of Anchorage, Alaska. It happened shortly after Thanksgiving morning. Seismologists are looking into whether the tremor could be an aftershock from a 7.1 earthquake that hit back in 2018. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And I'm hearing the clouds are looking purple this morning. Let's get a look with Parker.
That's right. Thanks to the sunrise coming up right now as we speak, and also thanks to the cloud cover. You'll notice it's real cloudy out there this morning, a little bit more cloudy than I was thinking. Well, thanks to both of those combined, we have a little bit of purple cloud action happening out there this morning. Don't believe me? Walk out the door for a second. You'll see the clouds do have a little tint of purple on them this morning, so maybe send us a picture of that if you see that. Otherwise, if you're headed out the door, maybe to go see the sunrise, grab a jacket. It is a little bit cool out there. We're starting at the day mid-50s, some of us in the upper 50s and low 60s, but the dew point 39 bringing us a lovely humidity of 53%, so y'all get out there and enjoy that. Also get out there and enjoy the lovely day, which we'll look at in a second, because you can see everyone else about the same this morning, mid and upper 50s. Got a couple of low 50s trying to be sneaking into Hallettsville this morning. Otherwise on the coast, y'all are of course warmer because you're right next to the Gulf. Y'all are starting out the day in the low and mid 60s. But today in Port Lavaca, starting out warmer, you're going to end up a little bit warmer. I'm thinking 73 for the high today this afternoon. Low 70s by noontime, only a degree off from the high. Under the mostly cloudy skies, I need to change the morning to mostly cloudy because you just saw it's pretty cloudy out there right now. Same thing in Victoria for pretty much all that. 73 for the high today, low 70s noon, mostly cloudy. Also a bit breezy, with wind gust of 25 at times, so stay safe with that. And a little bit cooler actually in Cuero, 72 for today's high. So y'all get out there and enjoy this slightly nicer, warmer weather before next week. It's going to be chilly to start December, and of course we have storms on Saturday, so y'all please stay weather aware for that.
Thank you for being with us this morning. Join Shana, Dawn, McClovia, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Make it a great Friday.